prices, and their monthly is so high compared to their listing price. $1,679, and it rents for $2,300. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot of meat on that bone. Well, I guess, but that has taxes, insurance. Okay. So that makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, it's just for us, it's nothing we can sell that fast. Like it'd have to be something that somebody just bought today.
Right. If we had like a 30-day close, do you think it would sell?
Not at 14K. 14K is high for this one. What's owed on the mortgage?
165.
And their 194 is their list price.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably worth 165, to be honest. Let's see. So let me just see. And I mean, for these to be a deal, that we have to get them super low. Let me see what 5 comps gives me. Yeah, I mean, there's no way we'll sell it that fast. So comps are 179, 198, 209, 192, 184. So the comps support what they're thinking. But again, I would just be like, if we're going to get it done tomorrow, I wouldn't offer anything down.
Yeah. I think they would be fine just waiting another month and trying to get something. So what would you recommend we do moving forward?
I really do feel like that's still because I feel like it's overpriced, even though the comps kind of go, how much work does it need? I haven't looked it up yet. Let me see.
Yeah, I have pictures that she texted me. She said no rehabs needed, but like we could definitely make it look a little bit better.
Yeah, and so when people say no rehabs needed, I'm always like, well, can you share the pictures?
Do
you not share your screen?
Well, I'm on my phone right now because my phone is screwed up around my computer.
Yeah, I would just say you talked to you reached out to as many people as you could because you knew they were desperate to get it done, and the best anybody could, you have to resend your $14,000 and just say that the best I can do is just come in and take over the loan. That's it. Because otherwise, it's not a sellable deal. Otherwise.
Okay, and then do you think like following up with them in a couple weeks and trying?
Oh yeah, no, keep in touch with them. They're going to change their mind. If they're that hurting that they don't want to make the loan payment, they're ready to sell.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And assuming it does go to next time, what do you think the most we could offer is?
Same thing.
If we do have like 30-day close.
Nothing. Because again, they're overpriced. I feel like they're overpriced at their price. So I think it's more worth 160, and you can blame it on anything you see that needs to be fixed.
Gotcha.
Is the landscaping really nice? Is the driveway cracked at all? Is there? I mean, I blame it on everything I possibly can, and blame the fact. Just say, hey, I overestimated how much I could get you guys. My team said that we just all we could offer is to take over the loan.
Gotcha.
So
okay,
yeah, blame it on everybody else.
Yeah, landscaping definitely doesn't look great. So
yeah, I love landscaping. That's one of my favorite go-tos. Because like, who's going to complain? Like, well, the landscaping is kind of that I need to tear out that whole grass and and if the driveway has cracks, I'm like, I got to rip out that whole thing and put in a whole new driveway. You don't have to, obviously, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, cool. Thanks for the help here.
Absolutely. Take it easy.
We'll see you.
Alrighty, guys. I'm going to start calling people on stage. When you get up on stage, 3 things: no cussing, always. Turn off your mic. Just mute your mic. so we don't have to listen to your kids screaming in the background, or your dog barking, or the chickens clucking. Oh, and I want to see your face. So put on your camera every single time. People who are on stage with their camera on get picked faster. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Why is it? There we go. Okay, I'm bringing up NB, BP, Becky, Yarvik, O Flores, Alfaza, Fabian. Jarvik, you're going to be first. And Shane's
What's going on, Trent?
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you? How's your son doing? Is all right?
Yeah, he's good to go. I've been telling everybody, so far I've got my daughter, one of his best friends, and his soon-to-be mother-in-law thinking he's not gonna bring his nipples back. He's gonna go nipple.
Okay, cool, man.
I told him that he heard that it's a TikTok trend called the Ken effect, like Ken and Barbie. So he said that, and 3 of them have bid on it. So I'm pretty excited.
That's beautiful, man.
But I got a lot of morons around me, is what I've got, that they believe any of that. But then it doesn't say much for him, because he's a moron as well, because they think he would do that. So it's kind of funny. It's been a kind of social experiment. So what's going on?
Nothing much, man. I was doing some calls early this morning, and I saw I sent you a DM of it. It's in Jacksonville, but the seller is open to assumption. They just fell out of a contract today. I asked her what happened. Why did it fall out? And something to do with like some trust acquisition going on. So I'm not sure what that entails, but she's gonna send me over the mortgage statement later on today. But I want to make sure that everything is like, cash flowing, and it's a good deal before I even putting more effort to get her an actual contract.
Okay, yeah, and you want to find out what happened with the trust acquisition, because that is
sounds like something yeah,
that's what we do. So there it is, Shane. Yeah, let's check this out. So you're thinking just taking over the loan straight up?
Yeah, she does 2.5 on Bachelor. It's showing like a 2.5 interest rate.
Oh, delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
And I think she says the tenant in place right now that's cash flowing or paying like around $1,500 a month. Property doesn't need any works. Like, it's pretty much turnkey.
Okay.
And I sent her over like the terms. I told her that we could think her commission is like 4% of the sale price.
Okay.
So that's like $7,000 to her, but I can negotiate down lower if need be.
That's you know where I was going with that. Like I always like to beat up the realtor. It's just kind of fun.
And I asked her how much.
That's where your assignment fee comes to. You get more assignment fee if you knock them down. So you asked her what?
And I asked her, how much does your seller need to walk away with to get this done? And she's like, around $30,000. So I said, okay, let's do it. So I sent her over those terms, and I'm waiting for her to let her seller know. That way we could just accept it and then send the contract over. But I'm just icky on like the cash flow. Like if it cash flows, it sounds like it does off the interest rate. But
and they want a $30,000 down payment.
Yeah, $30,000 down. Yeah, $30,000 down to the seller, and then $7,000 to the realtor.
So 37.
Yeah, but my fee is gonna be probably like $5-10,000. So
right, but the seller in that $30,000 pays the realtor. That's
you know what? I didn't even word it that way. I worded it as like, I'm gonna give you the commission, like in the down payment.
In the down payment, good. That is correct, because it's only 175. 4%, so 175, 10% is 1750. So we're going almost, what is that, 18% down? It's a large down payment.
Yeah.
Too large. People aren't gonna. Nobody wants to do that because that's basically what you would do with anything. You know, all the buyers want. They're always looking for like 7% down. So we're a
7%
little
down.
bit, yeah. So we're a little bit out of control there. If they're expecting you to pay the 7 too, but you're sure it's coming. They know it's coming out of the 30, right?
I'll call her back today and I'll let her know that it'll be so. If we could do it at 30 grand all in, that's just too high, or that's doable.
No, we want to be at like 7%. So 175,000. Let's figure 200,000 at 7% is. Say it again.
10 or 12,000.
Yeah, so we want to be really low because that's part of the deal that buyers can't get is a nice low down payment because when they're getting a loan, they're paying 20%, and so we need that way low for it to be attractive to buyers. Shane, is that a deal or dud?
It doesn't have a single check mark.
Yeah, it cash flows negative 250 a month, right?
Yeah, cash flow's not there. It's older, so it likely needs some repairs. Comps are not very good. Exit strategy, it's hard to flip. The wholesale profitability is not there. It says it's a final verdict's a dud. Doesn't make sense unless you can get it for way cheaper.
Way cheaper. You got to knock down their purchase price, and you got to knock down their down payment big time.
So I got to be all including my fee around like 17 grand.
Yeah, that's closer to where you want to be. It's
purchase price of like 150, 140,000.
Yeah, if you can get them down to that, then you're okay. It really at 15 is where you would want to be all in. I still don't even like 15 all in. I really want it to be lower.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's just
the ARVs aren't very good, so that it's like there's nowhere to go after you flip it, really. And their asking price is so close to the ARV, it's like, yeah, there's no room there for anybody to make money.
Okay. Because I was seeing some ARVs for like in the 3s and whatnot, so I figured like, you know what I'm saying. But all right, yeah, let me call her back later.
Go deep discount. Like you gotta, and it's hard. I mean, we like to be nice guys, but in these kind of situations, I go in with a cash offer of like 90. You know, because you want to get a deal that you can sell, and that's not sellable.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So final verdict. All right, call her back. Got to be all in at like around 17 or less.
I would say 14 or less.
14 or less. Okay.
As a down payment, yeah. And you want the purchase price to be in the 130s. Then it's a deal. Then it's a good. You know, that's something that's sellable.
Purchase price 130s, and then the commission for the realtor will come out of that 14K down payment.
The commission always comes out of the down payment. That's the seller's responsibility. They're the ones that signed the contract with the realtor. So it is on a rare occasion that we pay the realtor.
Okay, got you. I'll call her back in probably like half an hour, and then see what we can do.
Yeah, let me know.
All right, man. Thank you.
Okay, bro. See you.
All
right. Let's see who's next. Afazil. I don't know. Is it Afazil? Afazil. You know who you are. You're on mute still, though. Afzal. Because when two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking.
Hey, heard that for years. That's awesome.
Oh, yep. You're still on mute. You know how to get that off mute? Down by your name, there's like a little microphone and a headphone and a cogwheel. Click on that microphone. And then I'll double check on this side. Make sure that no dice, huh? You don't see it? It's right down there. I don't know if I'm even pointing in the right direction when I'm. So do you see where your name is? Yes or no? You see your name. Right next to it is a microphone. Click on that. No love, huh? If you pop out completely out of the Discord and come back in, it might just be glitching. I'll put you right back on stage. Okay, I'll check in with you, Shane. See how you're doing. What's going on?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
Good. So I talked to Yvonne about that property.
Yeah, I guess
the-
you seen a message on Salesforce or something. I didn't see that, but
Yeah. So apparently it was a misunderstanding too. So
oh, really?
they thought it was, yeah. Which Chris was it?
Chris, digital kid. He might be in here right now. He's gonna be crushed.
So yeah, they thought I don't know. It was one of those where they thought that was for 2 units, or I don't know. I don't know where.
Price, not a seller finance or something, because it's 110 was the ask price, but that it was on a trust acquisition or sub 2, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am not sure. Sorry about that.
That is what it is.
You know how it goes.
Hey,
And let's take this time just while we're waiting for Faisal. I can't remember now because I have to look at it. Shane does one-on-ones. Do you want to tell him about your one-on-ones and how you work your deals and how you help?
Yeah, I got some good news. That the two students that I worked with yesterday, they both just signed contracts today. So
nice.
Yeah, it's exciting for sure. So yeah, I have a calendar. You guys can sign up on it. Book either an hour, half an hour, or just want to run your numbers. You can click in for that as well. I also have a full course where I more or less guarantee you guys a deal. So I'll take you from start to finish. It's about 12 hours. So break it up over a month, however long you guys need it. And yeah, I will hold your hand the whole way. We'll get you a deal, and I'll work with you until you get a deal. If we can't do it in that time, so.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll extend the time if you don't get a deal.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I think that's amazing.
Yeah. So more or less,
okay.
Guaranteed deal.
That is huge.
Yeah.
Okay. And our problem is Faisal is gone. He hasn't come back. Okay, so let's go with it's ladies first, always. Becky's on a call, so we'll go to Norman. Hi there.
Norman?
Norman.
Hey.
Norman's a lady.
Hey,
yeah,
it's I know. I put my first name on there. I think it would make it better.
Yeah, no problem. I remember. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Sorry, I had to be in the car. I had to run go do something, but I'm not driving, so we're good.
Okay. Good.
I did send over the numbers and everything to you, Shane, and to Trent as well.
Perfect.
Were you able to look at them at all?
I'm doing it right now. I haven't had a chance yet.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. So I talked with the agent, and basically the seller is trying to sell multiple properties. I guess from what she told me was they are very, very wealthy people, and they don't need money. Money is not an issue for them. They're trying to sell the properties because they want to get the cash out of these to be able to put it into rehabbing a multifamily unit that they have.
Okay.
So that is why they're trying to sell. I did talk about seller finance because they're paid off. So this one is paid off. So he said they have gotten seller finance offers before, but the terms just weren't good enough. And he said some of them, yeah, they were coming in 20 grand over asking, but it just, the other terms looked awful and blah, 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 blah. So it sounds like they've turned down terms before. So tell me what is important to them. What is the most important thing to them?
Yeah.
And he said, well, price is important and down payment is important. He said those are probably the two just most important things because they want to get some money out to put into this rehab of a multifamily. So the numbers I sent were just super rough numbers that I put into the Skywatch calculator. But I don't know if we can make them look better in any way. Like as far as like down payment or any of that stuff.
Okay. So how much did they want down?
He did not specify. Now I could get I could have more conversations and see like, hey, how much are you really wanting down? At one point he briefly was like, oh, if we can get if we could get a big chunk down, like 50 grand. And I was like, no, that's not, that's not going to work.
Good.
So he said, you know what, just write something up and send it over. And I said, well, I'll write it up, I'll send it over, and then let's just go from there. I said, we can always have verbal communications and back and forth negotiations. And so that's what we're going to do.
So
go ahead.
Trent. If you were able to offer him, say, help with his new multifamily, because I can do 100% full coverage on the construction. So at 10% down, he's able to get 100% of the construction. So I mean, if you're able to get him into that and then use that to your advantage, where you can use that to get 10% down into this or less, I mean, feel free to send my number or put me in touch with him. I'd happily help him. So.
Okay. Hey, can we chat more about that then after this call? I know you're busy.
That might be a good. That might be your best bet, because it is satisfying that need for the down payment. But then, if you get that done with Shane, definitely go for a monthly payment. Just let him know with the big down payment. Because at 10%, I mean, you're at 18,000. So maybe 20,000 is his number, and that's just a little bit over the 10%. So
right, I thought about that because he didn't say payment was a big option. I mean, a big thing for them. He just said, price, and he did that. It had LIS came over, but they were 70 grand over, but the other didn't look good. So I think that if kind of get both of those together somehow, make those look really nice, and then the rest of it.
Yeah, just make sure you. You are breaking up horrible. So we're catching. It's kind of fun trying to figure it out what you're saying, but it is really bad. Maybe the best bet.
Sorry.
No worries. Just reach out to Shane. We'll mull it over and see what we can do. But his solution for the loan, I think, might help a ton.
Okay. If you'll just give me a call, Shane, whenever you're available, that'd be great. I'll be by my phone.
Okay, sounds good.
And then we'll do that. And then I sent those other the multifamilies over to you. Let me know your thoughts on those and what I need to do to move forward on those, or what your thoughts are on that.
Okay.
Cool. So you should have all the docs to that. I emailed those over yesterday.
Okay, perfect.
Do you have those?
All right. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All righty. Take it easy. Yeah, I'll check and see.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, later. Yeah, I haven't been on my emails yet today, so Fabiana.
Hello, can you hear me?
How are you?
Good, how are you? Good morning.
What's going on?
I have a few questions regarding contract. For a cash deal, on the section 6 of the contract where it says default and remedies, it just I don't feel like it stipulates that we have, because the property is selling as is. So how do we have the possibility of walking away from the property if we on the contract says that we're buying as is?
Okay, you're breaking up a little bit, so I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. Did you hear it, Shane? Because I couldn't.
No, I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't. Quite a bit.
That's that again.
Okay, so when you're buying a cash deal, property cash, and contract on clause 6 on default and remedies, it says that there is no that the person can seek remedies for termination of the contract. But if we go a little bit more down, it says that we're buying the property as is. So how are we able to, back away from the contract if we're buying as is?
Okay, so when we do an inspection period, we're inspecting the entire deal. So we can back out for any reason we want. We don't have to give a reason. We can just, so that's why EMD is due after inspection, but inspection means not only physically inspecting the property, but inspecting the deal. And so if something doesn't look right to us, we can just send a cancellation. It's not a problem. We don't have to give a reason.
Okay, during that inspection period of time, we can back away any time by giving any reason.
Yes, correct.
Okay, where does it say that in the contract, or is that assumed?
It's implied on that's why we're doing the EMD after inspection.
Okay, and is that on which clause? Number 6, number 7? Oh, is it on 10 where the earnest deposit inspection period is?
I don't know I'm not sure which contract you're looking at.
I have the
Did the
purchase
real
and sale agreement from Trent.
Huh?
No, this is an agreement between that Trent sent to me. Trent connection.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, we sent you that contract?
Yes, but the thing also, it says that when you send it to me to fill it out, I had to add the seller's name as the agent with the agent's name, because when I try to just add my name and click on confirm to send it back to you, it wouldn't let me, because it would say, please fill out the red marks.
Okay, you don't know the seller's name?
Not yet.
But you put the realtor's name there. That's fine.
Yeah, I put the realtor's name.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. I think I talked to Kate yesterday about the contract, and she mentioned she was going to send me a new one. I haven't received it yet. And then also I sent a letter of intent to an agent, and she said that the seller is very confused because of the lack of clear terms on the letter of intent. But I used the email, the description, the lettering from that buy box created for me based on the numbers.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, I'm not sure how more clear I can be to them.
No, I think that's it. I don't know why the realtor's being so hardcore on things. I'm not sure. But did you reach out to Kate today?
I talked to Kate yesterday. Today,
Okay.
somebody else.
Today. Marilyn, can you alert Kate that Fabiana's trying to get a hold of her? So we'll make sure you get a hold of Kate. But reach out to her right now, and she'll help you through it.
Okay, and one more thing. I was wondering if there could be one class where we just go over contracts and what it means, and how to edit or send it to you guys, and how you would be sent to the agent. And then also, if you could kind of maybe go over a hybrid deal with me for.
Yeah. I don't do hybrid deals because they're usually not sellable. So don't even, if something's a hybrid, just run away from it. That's your best bet.
Oh, okay. So it's not like we could offer the so no hybrid deals.
Usually, yeah, they're just usually really hard to sell. People don't like splitting up the payments.
Okay, and if I see a home that's going for about $130,000, and it's clearly that it needs at least 90,000 as renovation, should I just really lowball offer them cash, like $20,000 to take over the
Like
property?
5,000. Yeah, I would do 5.
Okay, and then so I'm using Atlas Wholesale app because I don't have TopStream.
Okay.
And I'm going by the offers that Atlas is creating now. Is that a reliable source in this community?
Yeah, Wholesale Atlas is great. Yeah, no, and it's they're developing it, so it's it's really good.
Okay, That would be great. And I think that I got the calling, figure it out, the
Good.
researching. But I think the contract was I could use some review.
Yeah, contracts are confusing for sure,
Yeah,
and when the realtor sends you one, they can be even worse.
yeah. So on this email, her saying that the seller is confused because of the lacking of clear terms. Should I just let them go?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right, thank you. And I'll wait for Kate. I'll try to reach Kate again.
Yeah,
But
reach out to Kate. She knows that you're going to give her a call right now.
yeah, there is someone texting me today, and I kind of sent some more information about another property, and I'm hoping to hear back soon.
Good. All right. You're doing
All right,
great.
thank you so much.
Okay. See ya.
Thanks.
There's always a party at Fabiana's house. Okay. Afazel. Afazel. Did I
Hey,
know?
Trent.
No. There you are. You're back. How are you?
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. I have to go back into Chrome and reset all the permissions, so lots of
Oh
fun
my
there.
gosh. Okay.
I do have a quick question. It's more of a hypothetical situation. Let's just say I do get a contract, a creative contract, and it checks all the boxes. It's a good deal. Now, once
Okay.
I find a buyer, how do I present that to the buyer? How do I pitch them? Like, do I tell them what the terms are and tell them what my assignment fee is? Like
Yep.
how does exactly this process
Yeah.
work?
So all that stuff comes out in title anyhow. So you tell them like, hey, this is what we're selling it for. And so you don't have to announce what your assignment fee is at that point, but it will come out when you're doing title.
Essentially, I'll say, hey, Trent, listen, I got this property. This is the address. Basically, it's $300,000, $15,000 down with a $900 monthly payment. Are you interested?
Yeah, and I'd be like, wow, you got it down from $1 million to $300,000. Yes, I'm interested.
Yeah, well, Trent's my teacher, right? So,
no, that's perfect. Yeah, that's it.
all right. Then where does my assignment fee come in?
So it's a simple margin thing. So the difference between what you buy it for, you bought it for $100,000, you sold it for $200,000. Closing costs are going to eat up some of that, and then your assignment fee is figured in that money.
Well, no, I'm talking more of a creative deal, right? So if they're asking 170 and if I'm offering 200, how do I pitch that now with my assignment fee to the buyer?
You have to set your assignment fee for sure in the creative.
Okay.
Yeah.
I essentially tell them what the terms are. Show them the picture, show them the attic. Listen, if you want, it's going to be 15 G's.
Exactly.
All right. Well.
Yeah, and that's why we want to go so low, is because we got to make it worth their while to have their entry fee, include your assignment for sure.
Well, yeah, you can always go down. You can't go up, right? So you always just shoot for the high one and then just negotiate from there, right?
Absolutely, always. Everything's negotiable.
Okay, well, thanks for your time, Trent. You've been a great help.
Sure. All right, happy to do it. Take it easy. All right, Mr. Flores. Oh,
hello.
How are you? What's up?
All right, here we go.
Everything
How's
good?
everybody doing today? Good.
Good.
Awesome. Yeah. So I had a question on a property that I'm working on.
Okay.
I got a guy that he lives in Hawaii and he has a property in the States. He's offloading it. He was asking 165 on list. But he has an outstanding mortgage of 147K. Okay. Yep. And he was willing to do seller's finance.
Okay. Well, not seller finance. That would be a loan takeover because he doesn't own it. The bank owns it.
Yeah. So okay. So yeah, that was my question. So do we do sub 2 there, or do?
Yeah, sub 2 because the bank has a loan. We want to take the house and put it into a trust.
Okay.
To avoid any due on sale clause.
Okay. and that was the thing that he asked me. So I explained to him how, you know, we wrap it on the trust, then we purchase the trust, and then he keeps 10%. He was like, he was questioning that 10%. I told him that's protection for you in case something happens to us or we default. The property goes back to you without any liability, and you get to keep all the payments that we did, right?
And any improvements too.
And he said, well, what if I talk to my attorney and I remove the due on sale clause and I remove the acceleration clause,
We
and
don't.
you do is
We don't want to have to. We don't want to have to qualify for the loan. That's the reason too, because we can get that. Plus, we want to keep that loan in place at that interest rate. Is it a low interest rate?
Yes.
So
well, it's decent. It's 4.9.
Yeah, we're buying that interest rate. That's the whole point. Is we're trying to. That's what's valuable to us is that interest rate.
Okay, so we want to keep it at seller finance. Okay.
No, not seller finance. It's still a.
I mean,
still a trust
takeover.
Yeah, it's still an acquisition. Yeah.
It's still an acquisition.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's acquisition. We're gonna acquire.
Yeah. Came with another. I have a second one that's like that, and all I did was they have a FHA loan. They owe 125, and all I did was add 3%. All I did was add 3% for the realtor and 2.5% for the closing cost.
Okay.
And there was no profit for the seller, and they were okay with it. They were like, okay, so just pay off our take over the loan, and they're happy with that. So
that's where we want to be for sure. Sometimes I even tell the realtor, hey, these guys they're not going to make anything. How about you take $500? And
right.
So that works. I mean, I can't remember which student was. I think it was Garrett. He's like, yeah, I talked to the realtor and she said she wouldn't take $500. And I'm like, great. Well, at least she's listening and she gets that.
Right.
We'll see. So he's going to go back to her and see what she will take.
I guess my clarification was, what structure do I use to present the offer? So
it's the exact same thing as the other one. So it's coming in and just saying you're going to take over. You're going to put the home in a trust. The exact same thing, but we're just not going to give them any money down.
No money down, just a mortgage takeover.
Just taking it. Well, we're taking, and if you want to think about it, we're taking the burden off of them. They don't have to deal with that mortgage every month now. And it might be something that really is a motivator for people to not have to. Yeah,
that was her motivation. She was like, I don't care about the money. She's just trying to get move closer to her family.
Great.
So she's just trying to move out of state and get closer to her family. So she's like, if you guys can assume the loan, and take care of my agent, I'm happy with that.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just get the agent to really come down. That's where your assignment fee is going to be. And how much is left on the mortgage? I mean, do they have equity or no?
No, not much, not at all. Like, their asking price was at 160 and they owe 125. So
that's a bit of equity. Yeah. Okay.
Enough to get an assignment fee and take
that's
care
enough.
Of
yeah. Well, and that's enough to get a buyer interested because you say, hey, the assignment fee is $5,000, but you're going to walk in with $15,000 in equity. They're like, yeah, okay. I like that.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to verify and make sure that I was putting in my numbers right and that I was presenting the right offer into it.
No, sounds like you're killing it.
All right, job. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You bet. Take it easy. Erwin, what's going on?
How's it going, Trent?
Good. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I think last week we spoke about that fourplex that I got. So I have a buyer interested, and he's ready to go and sign the assignment. But he was asking about how the trust works. So is there a separate a contract that the buyer and seller needs to sign to get the trust agreement going?
So, in simplest forms, you're taking the home and you're putting it into the trust that the seller has the trust. Like, we're creating a trust for the seller. That all goes into the trust. They own 10% of that trust, and we, the buyer, will control 90% of the trust. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, but is that taken care of by the title company?
Yes. Well, I mean, it will be taken care of by Richard's people too. I mean, the back end, the TC will take care of that, the transaction coordinator, because it all goes through a lawyer.
Because I'm doing it through, well, I already sent it over to my title company, so I was just wondering
Okay.
what that was like.
So you can reach out to the lawyer that does these, or you can have them put the house into a trust. The title company can help you with that as well.
Okay.
I've done my own trusts, and you can do it pretty easily. It's
Okay.
again, you just have to know what you're doing. There's LegalZoom and there's Law Depot. Those both walk you through a trust. There's also Trust and Will. There's 3 different websites that you can do: Trust and Will, LegalZoom, and Law Depot. And they all are, they're all question answer stuff. And I think Trust and Will, their bottom line is like $200, and I think the other ones are a little bit cheaper. LegalZoom might be more expensive, but Law Depot, you just do a monthly subscription, and you can do as many contracts as you want.
Amazing. Okay. I will look into those. One more thing, and this one would be for Shane. So I got another property under contract here, and it is a fixer upper. So I'm gonna put it in the chat here. And I was wondering if that's something that you might wanna, if that's something you might wanna loan on, so that way I can get a buyer. Streamline this for a buyer.
What is the total cost here? So
I got it under contract for 15 grand. I'm gonna push it for 25. Put a 10K assignment fee on it. Rehab costs 45 grand.
okay. So how much do you think you want the loan for?
If they could do the whole thing. So hold on, let me put quick math.
Where is it? Where's it located?
East Cleveland.
Okay,
East Cleveland? I mean,
that's a Harry Gold.
yeah, that's exactly what I was
70
thinking.
grand.
And that's right, his price range too. Yeah, we can take care of it. Not Harry Gold. What?
Ben says not Harry Gold for some reason. Why is that, Ben?
Okay, I'm gonna be talking to a buyer right after this.
East Cleveland? Yeah, he doesn't do East Cleveland.
Yeah, but yes, I can help you out with that.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I got a few buyers interested, and if we can get the loan done, then I think it's gonna be a done deal.
I think we can do that.
Okay. Sweet. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, you're doing great. It's awesome, and I'm so happy to see you stop smoking. That's great.
To be honest, I was on the live early. I tried to get on. I was smoking then. I'm like, okay, this time I'm not smoking. It looks a little bit better.
Oh, I thought you cleaned up your life. Oh, boo.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. My birthday's
You
in
are
April.
not.
But yeah,
That is
you
live.
guys. I'll keep in touch, Shane.
Yeah,
Thanks,
for sure.
guys.
That's
All right.
we'll chat about it.
All right, cool. All right, Ruben, what's going on?
Hey Trent, what's going on?
Hey, how are you?
I have a deal that I'm analyzing right now, and I'm chalking it up as a hybrid. But
Okay.
I don't have much experience with this, despite me going through the videos that I found on the Discord.
Don't worry,
to see if-
hybrids are brutal. Like, they're not fun. They're not. How much do they owe on their house, and what's the house worth?
So I'm seeing that they have a loan for 66 grand. I just sent you the address via direct message now, so I'm looking at what you're probably going to look at here. They have a loan for 66,000 on it at a 4.6 interest rate with a rough monthly payment of about $384. For the deal calculator, I just chalked it up to $400.
Yep, good.
And when I put it in as a hybrid, it's currently listed for 190, but it's failed to sell. It's been on market for 130 plus days now. 133. So in the calculator itself, I put it for 190. I input their current loan balance.
The loan
But I
balance.
don't think that's the mortgage.
What was the loan balance?
66.
66. Okay. Okay.
66 with the $400 monthly payment. When I input the numbers here, they shot it back. I had originally went into it with no down payment just to see if the type of offer would get traction. They
Okay.
shot it down, so not enough up front. So
how much do they want?
Well, I asked them, like, how much are they looking to get? And the realtor responded with, she mentioned something like 25 to 40K. Like, well, that's kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
at 17.5, that puts me at 9.21% of the purchase price. It's kind of close, but I wouldn't know if I'm looking at something worth looking at.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so they're asking for how much down then? You're going to say how much down?
17.5.
Okay, good. That's below 10%, so I like that. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that.
I just got your message saying it's a dud. Yeah. Okay. What or I guess what part of that deal? Let me go back to your message.
Well, cash flow is really low. What are you getting your cash flow at?
Oh, this one on Section 8, it's 2310.
Okay, that might change things.
Yep, that changes.
I'm seeing here it's monthly cash flow of 832.
Yep, that changes a ton because the rent I got was way lower.
1,200 a month for rent is what I got.
12. That's what I got.
Yeah. What was your Section 8? What'd you say it was?
2,300.
2,300.
Yeah, for 78244, a 3-bedroom, that's 2310.
2,310. And what was your purchase price that you were looking to get it at?
They have it listed at 190, so I started with 190.
Okay. Why would you start 190 if they have it listed at 190?
Because instead of going above, it's like, well, it's obviously not worth 190, but I'll give you the 190 that you're trying to get.
Okay,
And
you didn't
we'll call it a day.
Yeah, you're still trying to do some seller because we're saying it's a hybrid, so it's like I freaking.
Would you have gone in under the 190, like maybe
Nope.
175, something like that for this?
Not for seller finance, but I mean, right? I mean, it's
190 is way above market though. So it's the market AVR first price. The market comps are at like 150 to 170, somewhere in there. So I might have gone a little bit under, but that's only because I feel like it's overpriced.
Okay, and you're getting that off of Zillow, pulling recently sold homes that are similar to this one, or are you looking at the average sell price on PropStream?
I'm looking at Zillow right now.
Gotcha.
So yeah, don't trust PropStream's numbers too much that are up. They'll say like wholesale price and all that stuff. I'd like to run my own.
I only use those if it's pessimistic about the deal.
Exactly. Good. You're doing everything right.
I mean, it says its estimated sales range is between 178 and 196, so they're not far off, but I would go on the 178 versus the 196.
Okay.
Let's see what comps are. Yeah, I'm seeing 169, 224, 215.
All over the place.
Oh, give me 3. Oh, here's another one. There's a 3-bedroom. Doesn't say the sale express. And the 169. So yeah, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to go below. But yeah, this is going to be a hybrid for sure.
So I'm thinking a $300 monthly payment with the 7-year balloon. I didn't bring up interest. I just kind of left it. And you make $300 a month, but she's saying that there wasn't enough upfront. So
Okay, you can always give her more upfront and drop the monthly. That's not a problem. You know what I mean? But there's got to be give and take on that situation. So we're saying that they'd got 66 on the mortgage. Let me change the purchase price. Let's go 150, 160.
160, and it works at 160.
Yeah, that was a guess.
Yeah, we got cash flow 2310, 160. We got decent cash flow.
Yeah,
Still
try that because they're going to want a big down payment.
Mm-hmm.
Hummus.
So dumb.
I love that.
We're getting blown up on investor list. Okay, so yeah, so 160 would be a deal and sellable. That's the biggest part.
okay, so list price. If we do 160, I wouldn't need to adjust anything on the down payment. Correct? Or are we still looking at the same down payment for 17.5?
But 17.5 is not going to be brutal. I think if you can go 15, that'd be great. But they're going to want more.
Okay.
Can we do it at 20?
I'm sure it works at 20, but I'm not sure it's going to be sellable at 20.
Yeah, but I mean, what if the monthly is less?
Yeah, if the monthly's less, I mean, it's always give and take, like you said. So
Yeah,
if it
so
looks appealing, then you got a chance.
monthly mortgage. Just for fun. The problem is it's not a glaring, like, unbelievable deal, and so I tend to hate those. I want them to be ridiculous. So I feel like you're going to be fighting hard to get a deal that's okay.
Okay, so at 190, this deal's okay. I'm sorry, at 160, you're saying this deal's okay with 15 grand as a down payment.
Yeah, that would be sellable. But I don't think they're going to say yes, right?
Well, if they're at 190, 80.
Yeah, because that cash flow is better.
So could I pose it as, I mean, I could give you 15,000 as a down payment, but instead of 190, we're looking at 175 now.
Yeah, you can try
Would that hurt the deal? Does that increase its sellability?
What's your payment? You're still at
How much? Yeah, how much per month? 300? Is that what we're saying?
On the current loan?
Yeah, for the hybrid part of it. The current loan was how much?
Oh, 300.
Yeah. And the current loan is what? Per month?
66,400 a month.
Sorry, how much?
400.
400.
Yep.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah, give that a go.
All right. Okay. I'll get in contact with them. And I did have this would be a subject to or a loan assumption. The realtor was saying that the family is completely against staying on that loan, to which I responded they would have nothing to do with this property
No
once
responsibility for it. Yeah, their only responsibility is to bring the loan.
Okay.
So once it's trust, they only
would there be a difference between a trust acquisition and a loan assumption?
Yes, big time.
What would be the key difference between the two?
Loan assumption, you need to get the permission of the bank, and the buyer has to qualify.
I see.
With a trust, we're saying, hey, I'm putting my house in a trust, and now I'm not selling my house, I'm selling a trust. So it's not a real estate transaction.
We
It's
don't like
buying a
banks.
trust.
We can stay away from them. We do.
Okay. Yeah, well, I fought him on it. I'm like, no, it leaves your sellers. They're better protected if we do the trust route. He didn't know enough about it to contest what I said, but
Yeah, but you're right too, because that does away with the due on sale clause. Because now the bank can't say, "Oh, wait, you sold that? You owe us all the money right now."
okay, that makes sense. The property itself wouldn't cash flow, but if I could get that property for a $500 finder's fee, would that be worth the effort, in y'all's opinion?
It does cash flow though, doesn't it?
Not the one that we're looking at right now. This would be another property, but it would be maybe about $120 negative a month, based off of its current rents and the payment on it.
Is it pristine?
I'd give it maybe like a strong 6.
So no is the answer.
Yeah, it doesn't need any work at all, and it's moderately in updates, but it's not luxury.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you can talk
things.
somebody into it, absolutely. For the finder's fee, are you thinking somebody to live there? I'm not sure who's your buyer.
What? I was looking at it as a rental, if it were to be a rental, but so I have that's telling me no, that this doesn't work because you're losing money with the market rate. But it's a house that you can get into for $500, plus an assignment fee. I don't know. Would that not be worth looking at?
Yeah, let me see. Now you got me intrigued. So yeah, send me the address on that one. So you're saying if you give $500, they'll just let you take over their loan?
Well, that's how I was going to approach it, because the family has nothing on that house.
There's no equity?
Well, there's a little bit, but it's not enough for them to walk away positive with anything.
Because keep in mind, you're going to spend about $3,500 on closing costs and stuff.
Okay.
So
found it. Heading towards you, Trent.
Okay, perfect.
So what PropStream says, that's what got me. It's a 3.12 interest rate with an $800 payment. The realtor told me it's a little closer to $1,700, and he's closer to 7 on the interest rate. I'm like, well, that kind of shot down my hopes and dreams, but they're not expecting to make any money on it. So if the realtor would take a finder's fee and I'd take that property off their hands, they're free to go and purchase another property. I don't know what the exit strategy would be per se.
No, it doesn't. I mean, if it's not really sellable. So just to give you an idea, like I bought one. It's a $500,000 property. She had about $60,000 in equity, but she was $40,000 behind, and I bought it on the day that she was going to lose it for just the price. No realtor, none of that. So I gave her $40,000, and I took over the loan. In that situation, not only the other bonus was there's a lot next to it that they own that's worth $90,000, and so those are the deals we're looking for. Where you're like, well, of course you're gonna for $40,000. I just got a $500,000 deal, and all I have to do is make the payments, and the payments were, I mean, it was a 4% interest. So this one, if it's a beautiful house, if it's pristine and unbelievable, and that's how the house is that I purchased, then I'm like, yeah, absolutely, because you're getting something that you're not going to have to put any money into. But it sounds like this one you're going to have to put money into. Oh, Shane, did I not send it to you? Sorry, bro.
It's okay, man.
There you go.
I mean, I don't see having to put money into this one.
You said it's a 6.
Yeah, I would give it a 6, but in relation to like luxury real estate,
No,
the
yeah.
floors are
What,
done.
what is the rent? What does the rent for?
For this one, the comps that I found for this one were about 1675 for slightly uglier homes that weren't as done up as this one. So I use 1700.
Okay, let's just say 1600 to be pessimistic.
Mhm.
Because that's how we like to
Asking price
do
is
it.
200. Is that right? Asking price is 200.
Yes, and they'll make a couple $100 off of that if somebody does buy it for 200.
And what were the? I'll get the comps.
Yeah, comps are suggesting the property is overpriced in the higher end of the market. There is limited potential for a flip, rental, or wholesale at the current price. It is recently updated, so you passed on that one with no or reduced immediate repair costs. But your ARV is homes are being sold in the area for 165 to 215, suggesting that the list price is on the higher end. Estimated rent is around 1900, which may not cover the mortgage and expenses for 200K property. So final verdict says it's a dud.
Yeah, probably not sellable.
Is that something that we have access to help
Yeah,
analyze?
you will.
Discord?
We're working on it. That's the we've got a 15-year-old that is coding 20 hours a day trying to get this thing out. So it'll be out. It's called Cheat Code. It's basically the answers in the back of the book kind of a thing where you can find your stuff and then check it with this. It's definitely not something I want people to just rely on to get all their information, because we're here to learn about this and try to teach. But yeah, it will be. I'm not sure when, but yeah, it's such a great tool, and so we'll get it out as quickly as we can.
Seems like it might shave some time off. So my current approach to this, when I find something on Zillow, I either find it on PropStream, confirm that it's still for sale on Zillow, and see if it's investor friendly or if it's conventional FHA. And then I jump to Buy Box Cartel. It spits out whatever numbers it gives me, and then I shrink those numbers down, and then I plug that into the Skywatch calculator. Is that pretty?
Yeah, that's what I do. I do it even. I try to do way less calculations.
Yeah.
I use the 1% rule, which is if it's a $200,000 property, it should rent for $2,000 a month. So that, and then I call. So that's all I do, because I want to get on the phone with the realtor as soon as possible. Like, that's the most important part. Once I call the realtor, then I go and I'm like, okay, the strategy on this is going to be seller finance, or the strategy is going to be taking over the loan. Then I know, after I go and look at, I can sit down and look at my numbers, and then I go back to the realtor. And quite often going back to the realtor just builds your credibility as a buyer. They're like, oh, this guy's serious. He called back, and he called back when he said he was going to. That's all I do to pick up the phone, is to know the 1% rule. And so if I can get that and just start making phone calls, I'm good.
Okay.
It's a simpler way of doing it.
That's what I do too.
It's just keeping it as, okay, repeat that again. So the 1% rule in real estate is if a property is $200,000, it should rent for $2,000 a month. So that's 1% of the price of the purchase price. Does that make sense in the chat? Tell me if that makes sense, and we'll go slow, because it's really important. So, okay, makes sense. So then I make a phone call, because I'm like, okay, if I'm getting $2,000 a month on that $200,000 property, I know it's going to cash flow. I don't know how much until I get into the deal and talk to them and find out, hey, this is sub 2. They need to move out of town tomorrow. Yep, that's perfect. Yeah, and so that's just the simplest way to get on the phone. I want you guys making 20 calls a day, so many people are running all their numbers and doing all the buy box and doing all that stuff. But then you call and they're like, "Oh yeah, they're not selling anymore." And you're like, "Frick! I just went through a half hour of getting all my numbers and doing all my stuff and getting that all going, and then they're already." So I want my information first. I want to know why they're selling. Then I can do my strategy. So that's why I do the 1% rule. That's why that's really important to me.
Okay.
Make sense?
That makes
I like to
sense.
simplify because I'm not too smart when it comes right down to it, and so I want to do things that make my life easier.
Okay.
And then I wait
Well,
for you
John-
guys to find really killer deals, and I just buy those. That's even easier. That's the simplest way.
So when you help us analyze these, you're kind of like seeing which ones to cherry pick.
Oh,
No, we
absolutely,
would never do that.
100%. Oh, I do. I'm going to buy them all day long. But that's and even better. I'm not going to give you a very good assignment fee. So it's the lose, and then I win. So it works out perfect.
At least you're honest, Trent. At least you're honest.
At
That
least
makes
yourself.
sense. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the info. Thank you all very much.
All right, everyone, take it easy.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, let's see who's got a camera up. Nobody. I guess we'll go. Oh, Will's gonna do it. Come on, Will.
Oh,
There he
guys,
is. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. Just hustling, just running all over God's green earth.
Hey, out there killing it. How did any of those properties? Did you get? Did they sell? Did you get rid of them?
Well, so yeah, finally, I got my first one bound up a day ago, and I wanted to see if you guys could just pencil it real quick. I can share the address, and I want to tell you what I'm planning on doing and get your feedback.
I want to hear about it.
All right, you ready for? Let me know when you're ready for the address.
Throw it into the DMs so we don't.
Okay.
I don't want to give it away.
It's under contract. I'm not worried about it, but yeah, I'll put it in there.
You know what? Let's be cool.
Okay. So I can give
Will,
you
I
the
got a
numbers right now while I try to figure out how to send you a DM. I'm new to this.
Okay, click on my face. Just right click on my face.
Okay. There you go.
And then just go to message. That always sounds gnarly. I got to stop saying.
You really do. You really do.
That's what I said all over. That was the bad part.
Yeah, click on my face is fine. It's when you say the all over part that it really yeah.
It really just takes it to
That's
all over.
Georgia. I got to get back to you guys. Golly. I got to see it again. Okay. Let's see.
Will, are you in car sales?
No. Why do you ask?
Just when you said pencil it in or pencil it down, it's just a term that car sales.
No, I dropped out of college a little over 10 years ago and started selling real estate.
Okay.
So, here we are. I got these numbers. It's a seller finance transaction. I'm going to go ahead and just knock off the numbers real quick.
Okay, 2 seconds. Let me put it in my. You're just so fast.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, you use car salesmen. I swear, you guys.
I'm not a used car salesman at all. Never have been. I'm not. Absolutely not. But I mean, I'm a realtor. So what's the difference? I'm trying to be less of a realtor. Hell, I've been making money just doing novations the past 3 or 4 years and wholesaling. Like, I hate showing. I hate it. I'm so burned out of this. Just this right here has got me so excited.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun. That's for sure. Okay, did you get that, Shane?
I did. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
I'll get back to you.
All right. Okay, throw me your numbers.
All right. Yes, sir. So the purchase price is $252.
Okay.
Listed price is $225. $15,000 down payment, and then if you on the amortization, if you put in 14.1, it'll spit out your $1,400 a month.
1,400.
Yeah, she beat me up, man, and I should have slowed down on my negotiations because I probably could have held on that.
Right.
But now I know what levers I can pull and how to direct this. Like, I should never have came up on any of this because I'm giving her a lot of that interest up front. I'm just kicking myself, but there's a lot of equity here. So it's the rent. I feel, and I'm looking on the MLS and everything, looking at Zest, but I'm thinking if I could get lucky, if I get it for 1,800. But right now, I have it in the FMR for that zip code is 2,400 a month for Section 8.
Okay, but let's figure the worst case scenario, 1,800.
Worst case scenario, I'm freaking right at 1,400. But I'm being really conservative here. There's 3 2s all in that area right there. It's 1,800 is not like they're 2,000.
It's not a deal.
Yeah,
I got 2,700 and it's still not a deal.
Yeah. Okay.
Go back to selling cars.
Yeah, I know, right? So, yeah, that's what I had tacked in there. And so, guys, on this one, I don't want to pass off a lot of these. I want to hold them, and obviously, there's no cash flow here.
Yeah, so run for the hills. Don't buy just to buy.
Well, I'm not. Here's the thing. How often do y'all is anybody on the dispo side of these things wrapping these deals?
Yeah, of course.
Because look, if you go down to the cash on cash return at 15,000 down and you take out, because if we wrap it, I'm not paying insurance, I'm not paying the property tax, that's on the wrap buyer. And I don't have the 20% off that. So I can take out all of that and we can base it on an owner finance value. We can probably agree that someone would rather own versus rent if the same monthly, just like you were just saying.
Absolutely. No, 100%.
So we take out all the CapEx, the management, all that, because I would ideally want to wrap this.
Okay.
So we take out the insurance and the taxes. Let's just say we wrap it at 18. Let's just see what 1,900 looks like. Is this like a 10%?
So when you do it like that, though, we're not really selling to investors anymore. We're selling to retail and buyer, right?
Hard.
And that's much more different than the I guess network that we currently have. So I mean,
correct. I'm
it's
sorry,
totally
guys.
possible
This
to
is
do that,
something
but-
that I would want to do this myself. Is what I'm saying. I know.
Absolutely. No, go for it. But I mean, it's not the easy way to do things. 100%.
I understand that. I understand that. And the way I see it is that I could essentially contract a deal. Like if this wasn't on the market, I could set it up to where I could basically have them agree to these terms. And then I have the marketing period on it and essentially market it on the MLS, find a wrap buyer and work it like a novation, but a creative novation.
Sure. My suggestion is go backwards on that. Find your buyers first.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, go and find and then search for them. Get their buy box and go find it.
Because I have a 5-year balloon on this too, and so even if I wrap it at my price,
I'll tell you what, Will. This is an amazing deal. I'm so glad you brought it to us. Go for it, 100%. That's what you want to hear. So I'll just say.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I am.
So so that basically answers all my questions. But yeah, I'm looking at it from a point where I'm not passing it off instead of holding on to it. But I see, we're looking at it in 2 completely different ways here. So,
even at
is
that,
there anybody that can educate me on wrapping stuff right now, or is that just the buyers? Like that's none of you guys. Like y'all don't have anything to do with that.
No, it's not the easiest way to do things. So we're going through, we're doing what we know. I have a billionaire uncle, and I asked him, I'm like, what's it take? And he's like, do what you know. And I'm like, that didn't help. I'm like, shoot. But then when you think about it more often, that would be do what you know. If you know this, do it all day long. I think that's great. I'm just saying work backwards. Find your buyer first and then do this. This deal is not a great deal because your rent is not $2,600 and you said it's probably $1,400.
Yeah, it'd be worst case scenario. I mean, it would be worst case scenario. It's the rent, it's Fairburn, but I'm looking at comps that are close to the 2,000 mark. It's a completely flipped, it's turnkey, but I'm just being very conservative here and there's a lot of competition on the market right now. Like I have leases, active leases right now. I'm trying to get bound up, but y'all are strictly. And so, if it cash flowed, would this be a good deal? Like if it cash flowed,
yes, the cash flow.
that's it. That's all I need to focus on with y'all's model. If it cash flows, we're good.
And we like 20% or more cash flow.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Is that
30% amazing? You know, those are available all day long.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. And
So
so
that's what I want. I want deals that you're like, well, yeah, of course, I'd buy that myself. Those are the deals that we want to get.
okay. Yeah, this is just my first one. It's a complete dumpster fire. So I'm like, how can I make this work? But we'll see what happens if I can find a rat buyer before my DD runs out. If not, no big deal. But I'm going to have a bunch more coming up anyways. That are
No, and that's totally cool. But you would never eat out of a dumpster that's on fire, right? So go to a nice restaurant instead.
I started at 800 a month, and that would have penciled in if it was at 800 on the monthly. I mean, it's at 15 down. If I had it at 15 down and 800 a month, that would have been a deal, right?
So,
no,
at 800 a month for the rent?
No, on the monthly, my monthly. If I had, because I'm at 1400, she worked me up all the way to 1400.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's your monthly. If you dropped it down to 800, that'd be better for sure.
Just like 7% down and 800 a month. That would work. You know, if I'm at a 1600 a month rent.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your help, guys.
You bet. Sorry to we're always busting dreams here. That's our.
No, I'm on a completely different page, but yeah, we'll get back on the next one.
Thank you, bro. Take it easy. All right, Steven, what's up?
So I got a multi-unit, and I'm trying to figure out if it's a deal that we could do something with.
Okay.
So it's a 6-unit. One building is 4 of the units. They're all 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Currently, 3 of the units are rented at $750 a piece, month to month.
Okay.
And the other 3 need rehab. So we're looking at about 60, 70K in rehab. ARV is 400, and their ask is 225. But I feel like I can get them down to 200.
Okay. Throw me the address. Let's see what we're looking at. And so the rents, what's the combined rents per month?
The combined rent, if all units are rented, it's $4,500 a month.
Okay. And the purchase price was 200?
They're asking 225.
I love that. That's what we're talking about. I like that. I like those numbers are solid. Super solid. Now, how much money are you going to have to put into repairing? 100 grand?
The estimate is 70.
Okay. I don't hate any bit of this. I like it. Let me look at it. Shane, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking you need to send it to me.
I haven't had just from what he said.
That sounds good. It sounds pretty good. I mean, obviously we'd have to double check the numbers and comps and stuff like that, but from the initial numbers, man, it sounds like it's a pretty
and you've got this under contract, or do you where are you at on this, Steven?
No, I am working on. I want to make sure it was a deal we could do something with it before I got it under contract.
Okay, but you've been
yes, I've been talking with them, and they had me sign. Okay, the only other thing that's weird is they had me sign an NDA before they would send me the information.
Not weird. It's normal. I have to sign NDAs every time I use any sort of commercial deal, so I wouldn't be worried about that. You have a beautiful forehead.
Oh, great! Thank you. I was I was trying to look and put the.
What do you mean?
I just DM'd you the address, Trent.
Okay. I might send it to you, Shane. You never know.
Okay. I might run the numbers then if you send it to me.
It's so long for me to remember to send it to you between, now and now.
I know. Hey,
I did it. I'm so excited.
yay! Thank you.
Okay, and tell me that the monthly rents was 44?
4,500 a month at 750.
The only negative thing that I'm hearing is 1-1s are not very desirable. So is it near college? Is it anything that we have anything cool that makes a 1-1?
That's a great question.
Thank you. I'm super smart.
Not just good.
In Oklahoma, I don't know if there's anything you want to do in Oklahoma.
There's a Baptist university there.
Oh, good. There we go. How close?
Down the street.
That walking distance?
I'm mapping it right now.
Okay, yeah, just because getting students in these things is huge. How do you like it, Shane?
It passes.
Yeah, I would think.
The purchase price is 185, right?
The purchase price they're asking 225, but I think I can get them down to 200.
Okay, 200. So estimated values around 250.
So ARV, so their ARV is around 400.
Is this is a multi-unit, right?
Yeah, it's 6 units total.
Okay, so 611s.
611s, yeah.
Okay. I mean,
yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I like multi-units.
Well, and this one's good. I
It's
just
literally 5 minutes from the university.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's walking distance, I guess, or scooter distance, or one wheel or something.
Yeah, it's 2 miles.
I really want to verify the 4,500 a month. If that's verified, then it's kind of ridiculous. Probably cash flows about $2,000.
Yeah, well, because the 3 units are already rented at $750 a month, and they're all month to month. And then, like I said, the other 3 need to be rehabbed. And so that would bring you another $750 a unit there.
How much rehab do they need? You said
70K.
70K between the 3 of them.
70K. So then you can't really gauge those on 750 right now, because right now really it's only making the 7 times 3. Because you're gonna have carry costs, you're gonna have renovation time, everything like that. So if they're able to be rented at whatever price they're able to be rented at right now, put that into the mix, but you can't really put them at the pro forma mix on a commercial like that unless they are actually performing at that. If that makes sense.
Because it's at $2,250 now, the rents, right?
But it still looks like a deal at that. So I mean, it's not. It's only going to get better, but you can't just say that it's worth 45 if it's not actually performing at 45 yet.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah, this would be something we have to. Selling it after it's been rehabbed is going to be way easier.
Or so a fix somebody that's willing to do it. If you can.
Yeah, it's almost a cash. Yeah, but you need to get the price way lower in this regard, because I would probably tell them 175 because of the rehab, or even 150 because of the rehab. That's the problem. The biggest problem is that rehab. That 70K is a big deal, because it's not only the 70K, it's not only the 70K, but it's the loss of rent while they're being rehabbed. How bad are they?
I have a full packet on it. I have photos of the inside, a full assessment, everything on it.
Yeah, DM that over. I'd like to look at it and just see.
Would you think they're rentable right now?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Shane. I keep cutting you off. Go for it.
I said, do you think they're rentable? Could you rent them one at a time or renovate them one at a time so that you do it in phases? You know what I mean? So you're still getting money from
Definitely.
them. Okay, then it definitely makes it more appealing, I think, to an investor. Yeah, if you send it over, Trent and I will take a look at it. And
Yeah, I mean, it could just like if you did a lipstick rehab, go in and clean up each one and make them nice enough to rent, potentially even furnish them. But yeah, this is interesting because it is that rehab is killing the deal but if it were all turnkey and ready to go, it's a really good deal. So see if you can knock them down on their price.
I just sent you the packet, Trent.
Okay, sweet. And yeah, if you can get them down to like 150, that's probably where you need to be.
You think 150?
Yeah. Start there. Let's see what happens.
What I do? Just hammer them down?
Absolutely, 100%. That's what we do. That's our whole. That's everything.
I always do it with logic. I show them how I get to 150. So you give them the number that they're at, you minus the renovation, you minus the time it takes you to do the construction, and then they can't argue with it because it's logic. And in my opinion, I that's how I always do it.
Okay, and what if he comes back and says no, ARV's 400? We think it's priced fair.
Tell him. Yeah, just like prove it. Like you got to tell him, like, hey, it's gonna need $100,000 in rehab, no question. Don't go with the 70. Did he tell you 70?
Yeah, that's based on their assessment.
Right, and say my construction guy looked at everything. They're saying 110, maybe 120 in rehab, and I'm going to lose rents for at least 2 or 3 months. And so I've got to figure all that into this. This is the only way that it makes it work. And see what he says.
Fair enough.
That's what we're trying to do. The whole thing is we're trying to get that, that barn, Ferrari that hasn't been, nobody's seen it for, $200. And it's like, then we can do something with it. But we got to hammer these people down. That's the bottom line. Got to be a good deal.
Okay, and then assuming they bite at, let's say, the 150 or maybe even 170.
Yeah, get the contract going.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, for sure. And we can help you out at any point. Anytime you need help. Do you see my I have a student help form that you can fill out if you need any help at all. And we'll get you going. Since you're already talking to the realtor, you get a verbal contract, and then we're off to the races. But be picky. Like, try to get it lower.
Yeah, and I sent you that packet in the DM. So after you had a chance to take a look at that, let me know your feedback if anything changes.
Okay, we'll do for sure.
All right, thanks, Trent. Thanks, guys.
Okay, buddy. See ya.
Bye.
All right, let's see who's next here. All right, Amy. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, Amy. Becky, because Becky's been here a while and she just gave me a dirty look. Like, what about me? Why? Why is it always me?
I'm always
What's
pushed
up,
back,
Becky?
Trent.
Okay, I am just been making a bunch of calls all week, right? And I have this property that's finally like, I think they're willing to, I don't know, listen to any offer, basically. And
Okay.
Got it. I don't know if this is good. I think it needs too many repairs to be a seller finance, but I don't know if there's something that we can do about that. Like, I don't know how that would work with so much repair. It would definitely needed. Let me pull this back up here.
All right.
Needs new flooring, just a bunch of TLC. I don't know what it would cost to like make it just rent ready versus like full flip.
Okay.
I was thinking, I don't know, 20,000 to make it rent ready. And
Oh yeah, the carpet needs to be totally, yeah.
yeah.
How does it get that dirty? Okay, so those wood floors, those need.
Yeah. And also I got like
Yeah, I would say this.
the AC and the HVAC, the heating, that's all like 15, 20 years old. It has a new roof. That's about it.
I don't know what that barnwood room is. That's pretty.
It's like the basement.
Is that the basement? But is that barnwood? It looks like it is, huh?
Yeah.
You
Would
were
they just-
actually pretty close with your estimate there. I just did an analysis and I got 15,400 to make it rent ready. So
Really?
not bad.
Yeah, and I would put that up higher. Just I would tell them it's higher. That it's that your construction company said more, just because that's where you're building in your assignment fee as well.
Yeah. It puts the entry in super high, obviously. So is there any sort of creative deal, or is this just cash?
Let me see where they're at. Did you look them up on PropStream, or do you have PropStream?
I did look him on PropStream. It wasn't showing any mortgage.
Okay, so it's free and clear. Okay, Shane, what are you thinking?
What are they asking?
They're open to anything.
What do you
Basically, all I've gotten is they got like one offer for like 30,000. Someone coming
They
in.
have it on for 30?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So they didn't take that?
Mm. Nope.
So we know their threshold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The owner's in there currently painting the walls. I'm almost like, don't even bother. It's not gonna do. What is that gonna do?
I hope you told him that. Yeah, that is lipstick on a pig.
Yep.
I'd come in at 40, maybe
Yeah.
39,
Yeah.
39, 40, somewhere there.
Cash deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cash.
If they want to do seller finance, you could do seller finance at 0% at their 79 with $200 a month in payments, maybe 150.
Yeah, even with the 20 grand in rehab or 15, 20 grand in rehab. Yeah.
I would think so.
It's such a high entry fee. I wasn't sure people thought about that.
It's more of cash. I mean, if you get cash, and they already turned down 30.
Yeah.
So you can be a brat and go 32,
Yeah.
which is what I would do, because I'm just a brat.
Yeah, so you think that still works? I don't do cash deals, so I'm not really like.
Yeah, is it around 1,300 a month or 1,200 a month for?
Well, he said his
how
last
much?
tenant paid 800.
Okay,
I
so
got
that
1,400.
figured on 800 a month for sure.
Yeah, but Section 8 was about 13, I believe.
Yeah, I don't ever trust Section 8 ever.
Yeah.
1435 is